Hello and welcome, my dear friend. You have not come to this moment by accident. You have been guided here because it is time for you to know that the story others once created for you is coming to an end. The person they thought they knew, the one who was tired, overly apologetic, and easily influenced, no longer exists. They may search for that former version of you, call your name in the way they used to, or try to tempt you with the same old tricks, but nothing will respond, because the one who answers now is different. There is a moment in every person's journey of purpose where you stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" and you begin to realize, "I have been right all along." This is that moment for you. You are not rising to escape from life. You are aligning with your true self to live it authentically for the first time. The confusion you fought your way through was not a sign of weakness. It was simply the last veil covering your eyes. Now you are seeing with perfect clarity. People who misjudged you will be the first to feel this change. Not because you will attack them or put on a performance, but because your very presence no longer resonates with what is false. That fact alone creates a ripple effect. You will notice it in small ways. Certain conversations will lose their power over you. Old emotional triggers will no longer cause you pain. Rooms that used to drain your energy will suddenly have no access to it. This is not you becoming cold. This is you finally maintaining your true spiritual temperature. Imagine a clear, pure bell being struck in a noisy room. It does not need to scream to be heard. It simply holds its own beautiful note, and anything that is out of tune is revealed by the contrast. That is you now. Your life is holding a clear and true note. Anything that cannot resonate with it will either have to rise to meet it, or will simply fade away. You were once conditioned to over-explain what your spirit already knew to be true. You were taught to be considerate to a point that compromised your own truth, and to accept diluted connections as if that was all you deserved. That conditioning is now breaking. You are choosing exactness. You are letting your yes be a true yes, and your no be a true no. Watch how quickly peace finds you when your words begin to match your inner knowing. There was resistance on your path. You did not imagine it. Some of it came with friendly smiles, and some of it wore a mask of loyalty. This was not a random occurrence. You were being refined during those seasons. You were strengthened, tested, and cooled over and over again, until your spirit developed an edge that nothing can dull. You used to call that time in your life a setback. A higher power called it your strengthening. You are not the same person who would tolerate half-truths just to keep a room calm. You now carry a steadiness that does not negotiate with confusion. This steadiness is not hardness, it is clarity. It shows up as fewer words, cleaner choices, and a life that no longer moves in circles. Patterns that kept repeating in your life will suddenly stop, not because other people changed first, but because you did. You will notice something else. The weight you carry has not disappeared, but it has become meaningful. What once felt like chaos now feels like a map. You can trace the lesson, feel the personal upgrade, and sense the perfect timing in everything. You can now say, "I understand why that door closed," and truly mean it. That is spiritual maturity. It is neither coldness nor distance, but mastery. Your name is about to make people adjust their tone when they speak to you. Not out of fear, but because your life no longer gives them permission to handle you carelessly. You will see it in their eyes, in the careful way they choose their words, and in the way they pause before asking for favors they once assumed you would automatically grant. That shift is not about pride, it is about a new sense of order. Spending time with you has become a precious investment, and it now requires honesty, not just with you, but with themselves. Some will meet that requirement and will surprise you with their own real growth. Others will hesitate and then fade away. Let them. If someone must shrink the truth to stand beside you, they are not really standing next to you. They are standing next to a costume you no longer wear. What is changing inside you is not temporary. It is a permanent covenant with yourself. You will keep your softness, but you will not offer it carelessly. You will lead with kindness, but you will not confuse kindness with permission to be mistreated. You will give your blessings freely, yet you will stop enabling patterns that leave you empty. This is not you becoming tough, it's too. This is you being accurate about your own value. Every journey has a moment where the inner compass finally clicks and points to true north. Tonight is that click for you. The road did not move, you did. And look at you now, breathing more easily, hearing more clearly, and choosing more cleanly. That is alignment. That is what moving forward actually feels like. It is not noisy, it is certain. So, remember this. Where your life is about to become a testament that faith works, a testament that integrity holds strong, a testament that patience is rewarded. You do not need to announce it. Just keep walking. Those who are comfortable with your confusion may call this change arrogance. You do not need to respond. The people who prayed for your strength will call it beautiful. Receive that. And the one who guided you here will call it right on time. This is the beginning of your undeniable era. You have nothing left to earn to be worthy of this. You simply have choices to uphold. That is the difference. Your worth was always a gift. Your stewardship of that worth is a daily practice, and you are ready. From this point on, you will continue to feel a holy separation from things that no longer serve you. It will not be dramatic, just clean. Invitations that once tempted you will no longer have an effect. Arguments that used to trap you will feel too small to even enter. Old roles you used to play have loosened and quietly fallen away. That is not loss, it is release. You have not lost your circle, you have found your path. Your path carries responsibility, and you have already stepped onto it. You speak life into others without flattery. You set boundaries without apology. You keep your promises even when no one is clapping. You move in truth, even when the truth is inconvenient. That steadiness is already changing the outcomes in your life. Opportunities that once felt shaky are now holding steady. Projects that used to stall are now gathering speed. Provision keeps finding you, like a key meeting its lock. And yes, some have tested your boundaries to see if this change was real. They pressed the old buttons and waited for a reaction. But you did not respond. Your reactions are no longer for sale. You have become untouchable, not because you are hiding, but because you no longer negotiate with what you have outgrown. Your presence now has a way of revealing what words cannot. Insincerity becomes noticeable. Hidden jealousy is brought to light. The desire to control, disguised as care, becomes clear. You do not need to chase after these things. You simply recognize what has been revealed and move forward with wisdom. Time has already begun to bend in your favor. What once felt like a delay is now revealing itself to be divine redirection. Mischances are reappearing in a better form. Places that once ignored you are now calling for meetings. Doors that were once closed to you are now opening, as if they never were. You have not wasted your breath correcting the past. You have been too busy building the future. Your heart may still remember pain sometimes. It may still echo, but even in that ache, your growth is the proof that a peaceful heart is a more powerful answer than any revenge could ever be. You have already learned that a peace that cannot be shaken is the sharpest and most beautiful response there is. The canvas of your life is becoming a declaration, all by itself, and it is speaking clearly. Power follows clarity. You have seen it. The more exact your yes becomes, the more strongly your resources flow. The more faithful you have been with what is in your hands, the more has been placed there. Heaven has never rewarded a false image. It has always partnered with integrity. You have learned that lesson slowly but deeply, and that is why your wisdom now holds so much weight. You have started to lead without even trying to lead. Your steadiness is giving others permission to become steady themselves. Your refusal to entertain chaos is giving others the courage to end it in their own lives. This is how true movements begin, not with hype, but with one soul living, with enough clarity for others to trust what clarity looks like. You have felt grief too, not the kind that breaks you, but the kind that clears space for something new. You have been laying down old dreams that belonged to earlier versions of yourself. You have been burying habits that once kept you safe, but no longer serve you. You have been setting down old stories that protected you, when you did not yet have the language for your truth. You have honored them and you have stepped forward lighter. New capacity is finding you because you have made room for it. You have been paying attention to the things that light up your spirit when you pray, to the ideas that keep knocking on the door of your heart, and to the deep sense of peace that follows your no. Those are your instructions, and you have been following them beautifully. Your path has never been rushed, it has been precise. As for the people who may have mishandled you, you have released the courtroom in your mind. You realized that you cannot be both the judge and the builder. And now your life itself is producing evidence that they cannot dismiss. The truth around your name has started to speak louder than the stories ever did. It is not your job to manage that. It is simply the natural law you now live under. What is true becomes obvious. Your voice has never been about defending yourself. It has been about building, and you have been doing it. Speaking what you are building into the world. Blessing your work before others even see it. Blessing your home, your hands, your body, and your rest. Blessing the road ahead, with your thoughts, hands, and you have been changing the atmosphere with your words, quietly, consistently, and faithfully. You are standing in a doorway you once prayed for and prepared for. Everything behind you has taught your hands what to hold. Everything ahead of you is ready for what you now carry. You have already stepped through. You are just realizing it now. This is the hour where forward is not just a concept, it is a footprint. You have already taken the actions that agree with everything you have felt while listening. You have sent the message. You have finished the task. You have forgiven, applied, started, released, and planted. You have been doing it piece by piece, and it is all adding up now. The old page of your life is full, and this is the turn of the page. You are not hoping to become the person you were designed to be. You are living as that person now, and when tomorrow meets you, it will meet a steady one, a whole one, a chosen one who finally knows who they are. So close the door gently behind you, face forward, and walk. It is done. This is your scene, and nothing can unwrite what is already in motion.